real estate made a lot more money in the first 6 weeks, and now it's history.
So let's talk about your first year in real estate. So you got licensed, you got a young bride, full speed ahead. Your first year as a realtor.
Yeah, so I was 29 years old, and I've always been in, like, I ran car dealerships. I've always been in sales. So sales wasn't a distraction for me. I knew being self-motivated was going to be okay. That being said, there was a lot of naysayers, including, for example, my dad. He's just like, well, son, how are you going to support yourself for the next, realtors don't make money for their first 5 years, and all these different types of things that you hear, right? I basically joined Adam's real estate team, who's now my business partner at Stonehaus. And within the first 6 weeks, I sold 6 properties. And I sold those from cold calling, I door knocked, I did for sale by owner, I did all of the old school stuff. I went to barbecues. Actually, I think 2 or 3 of them were from barbecues, like referrals. So I just kind of did everything. I remember making $50,000 more or less after the splits, maybe just shy of that. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely for me. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, I went on my own.
Awesome.
That was kind of the story. So the first year was good. There was a lot of learning lessons because I realized that I burnt out quickly working 17 hours or whatever it was a day, some ridiculous hours. But there was a lot of learning lessons from the first year.
Because you did like 60 deals in your first year. Like, that's incredible. There's realtors that have been in the business for 10 years. They don't make that.
Yeah, it was just under, I think it was like 56 or something like that. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I feel like I could have done a lot more, which was crazy because no, the reason why is, I mean, it was a decent market too, so I'm not give credit to where credit is due, but I feel like I didn't understand that real estate was a business, and I focused on strictly it being a sales job. And I think that's one of the major changes that have happened over the last few years, or I would say last 6 or 7 years, is that I didn't have systems. So even though I did a lot of deals, it was 6 deals, nothing, 10 deals, nothing. And so I was on this real estate roller coaster. So I can say, like, I made, there was a lot of splits and stuff in there. I made quite a bit of money, but I had nothing left over on it because I was just like these highs and lows, right?
There was no systems in place.